Hey, what's up? How's it going? Conflict Radio. It's Sam the Panda. We're here with Jason Edwards.
There we go. There we go. That's why I stayed silent. I just wanted to see what name I would have today.
Yeah, I actually did some prep today. I did prep. I had to do prep for my co-host. But guys, welcome back. Conflict 50. That's happening in March 5th at the Festival Hall. Yep, Festival Hall. I'm gonna say tickets are sold out because last night there was only 10 left
as of last night. So
yeah, it's last night online, but I'm gonna say those are sold out by now. But you can go. Oh, I have the ticker going already. You can go to combatcast.tv/conflict, and you can watch the pay-per-view right now. If you pre-order, it's $15. Then
prior to March 3rd.
Prior to March
pre-order 3rd. Prior to March 3rd is $15. So save money. Order before March 3rd.
Mm-hmm. But there might be some fighters out there too that need your support, so they might still have tickets. So you probably reach out and ask anyone that's on the card or a fighter that you know that's competing and say, "Hey, yo, you got any tickets?" And then they'll help you out, and it will help them out.
But say it in that tone though. You have to say it exactly how Sam just said it, or else it's no more.
Tickets? You got some tickets? You give me some tickets?
Yeah.
So how you doing, man?
Good. Ready to kick off an awesome minute. We got an awesome one coming up, a headliner, the main event.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm trying to get him in here. I'm messing up here, but we are gonna. All right,
let's see if we get this rolling.
Yeah. We took a little break. Oh, go ahead, dude.
We took a break, or you said go ahead with that.
Oh, I did. Yeah, so working out the technical difficulties at the moment while we're waiting on Kobe Wall to join us. Oh, and there he goes.
And there he is.
Hello, Kobe Wall to join us. Oh, the audio is delayed. What's up, man? Hello? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's earbuds. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys, yeah.
Okay. All right. Because normally when somebody asks a question like, can you hear us? Like it's a resounding yes immediately, not just like a stare, but it's okay. I'm learning your communication style.
It's doubled.
Oh, it is? You got doubled? Okay. That's strange. Okay. Well, answer the first one.
I hear you saying that whole resounding yes again.
Oh, wow.
That's
not good.
Yeah, I'm going to leave and come back.
Okay, leave and come back. This is what it's like when you do live show.
Yeah.
So this is
life of a podcast host. People think it's all glamour. Yes. It's not even close.
It's not. It's not at all. So here we go.
Maybe
try again.
The huge shows when you have assistants doing all this. But.
Hello there, Mr. Wall. No, it's still the same. Nothing now.
Is it delayed or?
I'm hearing both. I'm hearing 5 seconds ago, and I'm hearing right now. Both.
Wow.
Like Sam just said, hello there, Mr. Wall. And now he's laughing.
Yes.
And now he says nothing now.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm hearing myself 5 seconds ago talking about I'm hearing both.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so, I'm not getting that at all.
Can y'all not hear that?
No, we're not hearing any double. Yeah, we did when you had it like off the... No double.
Give it a second for those to disconnect because they.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're muted.
Let's unmute you.
Now, what about now?
Yeah,
you're
hear
good.
You clearly.
Yeah. How about us?
I think I hear you. Only one of you.
Oh, we're good.
Only one time. Okay.
All right, there we go. Yay!
I won't have earpieces in. People that are in my house can just listen to the bullshit we're about to spit. So
yes, man. Conflict 50, dude. Welcome back to the world of punching and kicking. Awesome, dude. Very excited for you, man.
Yeah, man, it's
very excited.
I've been away. I've been away too long, but this comeback is going to be great. It's been a few years in the making. A lot of things have happened over the last few years, but this is going to be a good one for sure.
What lit the fire for the comeback like at this moment for you?
I love to turn my camera around and show you my wife, because my wife is sitting on the sofa there going.
She's trying to help motivate you.
She's been wanting me to fight. We've been together for quite a few years now, and obviously we had a baby, and that takes time away. Obviously, the 9 months of her being pregnant. Blakely's almost two now. I mean, that's 3 years really wrapped up in a child.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It really took a lot of time away, and it's hard to be have a full-time career and work as many hours as you need to work through the week and still be home and still do stuff with your family. There's little to no time for the gym. And at the level that we're at, there's a lot of guys, they don't have work. Some of these guys don't have family, they don't have kids, and so they're in the gym 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Like, that is their life.
Yeah.
So if you can't put the time in, like they're putting the time in, don't do it, because you're going to get beat.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's what happened with Luis Pena. I was living in Boston. I was working for a different company. I had little to no time to train. I was trying to spend, time with Casey. I was trying to work. I was trying to fly back and forth from Boston to Charleston, and the gym was like an hour away, and it was downtown Boston. Kyle Bochniak, he used to be in the UFC. I think he's been fighting for the CFFC lately, but he's supposed to be coming back to the UFC out here. I was training with him, but it was an hour away. And then when I would drive down into Boston, I would get a ticket or get towed almost every time. And it got to where, like, I would get up and I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be at the gym at 10 o'clock, but man, screw this shit. I don't want to drive all the way down there and get towed for $100 again, man. I'll just run today. No big deal. I'll just run.
Right. And
I did that a few times a week. And so, like, I wasn't keeping up. I wasn't, outworking Luis Pena. Right. So then when we fought, guess what happened? He outworked me. And he won. And that's why. So, me and the wife, we made a decision that, look, the only time that we're going to commit to a fight is if we have the time and the resources to do it like we're supposed to do it. And that was the plan. Is, once Blakely gets to a certain age, she's a little more self-sufficient to where, you don't have to tote her everywhere. You don't have to do absolutely everything for her. Then there'll be time to get in the gym. And it's just one of those things. The man upstairs is just working in ways that we don't know. I got laid off from AT&T last November. So it was like it just freed up a lot of time. I didn't have to work, 8 to 10 hours a day. And I had time to put in the gym. And so I was, for a long time there, training full time, mornings and nights, in preparation of, this fight's coming. We know it's coming. So to get ready for it. So that's kind of the backstory and a little bit to where we are now. So
kind of give everybody who doesn't know and has seen you for the first time, like where you're training at now, and like your extensive. People don't realize your extensive amateur record, and I mean, how well you were doing in that era too. So just kind of go through that a little bit.
Yeah, I lived, at the time working with AT&T, I lived in Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. I used to compete, all through those states, training with different gyms. I was 16-1 as an amateur. Online, I think it shows like 12 or 13-0, 14-0, something like that. I'm not sure, but some of those matches weren't there. I did get beat as an amateur. I think it was my second fight I got beat as an amateur. And just kind of went on a tear from there. I decided to do it right. We had a great gym at Georgia Southern University. We had millions of dollars in resources that we could use, from, saunas, hot tubs, athletic trainers, physical therapists. We had our own MMA, gym at the university. So, while I was going to school there, and even after I got done with school, I still had those resources, and that was where we were able to really, really put in the time. And so I had a good amateur run. I think I may have fought a little longer than I probably should have, but 17 fights as an amateur with that success, I thought was really good. Turned pro, and now here recently, the last few years, I've been living in Columbia, South Carolina. We actually live in Lexington, but it's Columbia. I trained with Gibson Sa at Spartan Academy off Bush River Road here in Columbia. Gibson is a well-known guy in the MMA and Brazilian world. He I don't even know how many, but he's multiple world champion in jiu-jitsu. He goes all over the place. He still goes places and competes and smokes everybody. I was talking to a mutual friend the other day that didn't really know Gibson like that, but he was like, yeah, that's the guy that came to this tournament over here in Columbia, blah, blah, blah. Like he walked in and everybody was like, oh, look at that guy. Like he wiped everybody. Like black belts from all over the Southeast came down for this like big tournament. And he smoked everybody. I was like, yeah, that's Gibson. So I've been training with him for a bit now, and I absolutely love it. It's a family there, man. Those guys and girls that are there, they're top notch. I mean, it's one of the biggest gyms in this part of the state. I mean, today we had an open mat today, and usually open mats at gyms that I've gone to, you'll get 5, 6 kind of guys. I mean, I think there was like 20, 25 guys on the mats today. Most afternoon classes, when I can make afternoon classes, it's like 30, 35, 40 people on the mats. I mean, there's a slew of purples, browns, and blacks. I mean, there's more than you can count. So I'm getting some really good work, and it's the place that I need to be at. It's the home to fix the mistakes that I've neglected, the areas of my game that I've neglected in the past. So, good.
So we expect to see like Kobe 2.0, right? Or 5.0.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that this fight, there will be no stone left unturned. There won't be any excuses. There won't be, I should have trained here. I should have trained there. I should have done this. And I didn't get time to do that. Like, there are no excuses this fight. If he's going to win, a lot of stuff's going to have to happen. Like, I used to talk about, back when I was an amateur and I was a young kid and I was silly, I'd be like, yeah, he's got to kill me to win. I mean, I kind of still feel that way, but he's not outworking me. I don't care. No offense to you, Joel, but he's not outworking me. If he's in the gym 3 times a day, he's still not outworking me. It's going to be a good fight. We know what he's going to do. We know his game plan. It's very apparent. So it's going to be fun.
Now, is this like this mentality of he won't outwork me? Is that like kind of burned into your psyche because of what happened against Pena?
Absolutely, man. I excuse my French, but I fiddle farted around and he beat me. Or I'm sorry, I beat me. He didn't beat me. I beat me. I didn't put in the work. I didn't put in the time. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't hit the road like I was supposed to. And I beat me. Yeah, Luis is a good fighter, and he's gone in the UFC and he's beaten a lot of the guys in the UFC standing. And when my cardio was still there, the first 4 or 5 minutes in that first round, I felt like I was beating him standing. So I feel like in a way I belong there. But at the end of the first round, like my cardio was shot. He just outworked me from that point on. His cardio was better. His ground game was better because he was training. He outworked me. I beat me. He didn't beat me. I beat me.
So you're just dead set on never letting that happen again.
That is not going to happen in this fight. I don't care who he is, what he's made of. It does not matter. It's not happening. You can put $20 billion on it. You can put the world on it. It's not happening.
I personally don't have the assets to be considered to bet the world, but maybe $8 if I scrounge some change. Maybe
at $8.50 then.
Bet $8.50.
So kind of, I remember us talking earlier this week about your diet plan. Can you kind of go over to tell everybody?
I'm not gonna say exactly what I said. It's not PG-13.
It's a secret.
But I was basically saying, for all those people listening, I was telling Sam, I was like, as a fighter, you gotta learn how to cook. Like you gotta know how to cook, because to be able to cut weight properly, like you gotta have an immaculate diet. Like counting carbs, like that's amateur hour. Like you gotta have an immaculate diet. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know when to eat, how to eat, what to eat. You gotta know what's in it, And so the short version, I'm not gonna tell all the secrets, but me and Sam were just kind of talking about what it is. And Sam is a culinary expert, so he can tell you that my cooking game is strong. But
yeah, that's good. He's doing a good job, man.
But yeah,
you can see
you got to be able to cook. You got to be able to put the right stuff in your body so that you can stay lean. but stay strong. You know, your everything is there. Because I know a lot of guys that they just stop eating or they don't eat the right stuff, and that your body can't run off of that. And then you got to think about like top fuel dragsters, right? These cars that go from 0 to like, I don't know what, 300 or 400 miles an hour in like 2 seconds. Like, they're not putting pump gas in them damn things. You know, they don't run off just regular old gas that goes in your Honda outside. You know, they're running off like probably pure methanol, pure alcohol. It's like top quality fuel. Like, our bodies are the same way. Like, we can't run off the shit from McDonald's. Like, you got to have quality fuel that you're putting in your body if you plan on performing, you know, at a high level. So
yeah,
and high quality H2O.
Water.
Yeah.
I'm actually water. I just drank a bottle. I was about to get up and go get one, but or I could send a messenger. Casey, she would laugh at me.
So is this kind of like the plan for the future? Because obviously the goal as a fighter is to get to that next level, right? So the end goal or end game would be to make it to the UFC, or is it just you're wanting to compete at the regional level, or do you have any plans or ideas? Or
yeah, you know, like I felt like we were there. You know, Luis Pena, they were already kind of looking at him. I was being told that they were kind of looking at me. And so when he beat Damir Fahapagovic, which has fought for Tim Loy, used to be Valor, now it's anyways, it used to be Valor with Tim Loy. It's a new name now. I forgot. I'm sorry, Tim. I love you. My apologies. But Luis Pena and Damir fought the same night I fought. Can't remember the kid's name, but and I was just like, if they're already looking at those two guys, I know I can beat those two guys, right? Like,
yeah,
thumbs high. Let's do this thing. And so Luis won that night, and so I told them all, I was like, that's who I'll fight next. Like, I want him. If they're looking at him, and I know they're looking at me, like, I'll fight him. And then they'll stop looking at him, and all the eyes will be on me. That's fine. Let's do it. And literally right after that fight, my whole life changed. Work changed. I moved to Boston. Like, it just went sideways. A lot of stuff went sideways. I
feel you.
And that was kind of my downfall. And so he beat me. The eyes, they stopped looking at me, and all the eyes were on him. He signed up for the Ultimate Fighter and obviously got in. He was one of the top seed picks for the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
And went through and smoked almost everybody till he got hurt. And then after he got hurt, another guy that was supposed to be like number 2 pick also got hurt. So they matched those two guys up in the finale. He smoked that guy standing. So it's like, I feel like we were there, but life changed and I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I got beat. It happens. It's a lesson learned, but that shit won't happen again.
It's like I said, I don't think a lot of people really understand how important that infrastructure, like, and you're a walking example of it. Like, things were going right for you. Like, you were on a tear. From amateur to pro, you were involved in great fights. You were dominantly winning some. You were in absolute wars for others, but coming out on top. It was a battle with Pena. He didn't just walk through you, you know, and like you said, you see where he made it to and everything else. But he outworked you because he had the infrastructure, which you obviously didn't have because of the move. Yeah. I know you talked about, you know, Spartan Academy there in Columbia and Lexington area and stuff. Like, expound on that again, how important it is for fighters so that some of the younger fighters, amateurs and whatever, will understand how important that infrastructure of a good camp, like a good gym. It can't be just like, hey, let's go hit mitts. Like, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, what you're saying is like, it's deep, right? You know, when I was in Boston, you know, I had a bag that was set up and I would hit the bag, but let's say out of 6 days out of the week, you know, I was working 3 or 4 days a week, and then I would train like maybe 1, maybe 2 days. And of those 2 days, most of the time, both those days was just hitting the bag and running. You know, I would run the beach in Boston. I would just hit the bag, and like, that was it. There was no formal instruction. There was really no like, hey, you're not doing well in this area. We need to focus here. You know, there's not, hey, this is something that you're really doing good, but let's change it here to do even better. Like, there was none of that. It was me in a bag. You know, and it gets lonely out there. You know, it's just you in a bag. It gets lonely. There's nobody saying, hey, good job. There's also nobody saying, hey, you suck. You know, and so having a gym, you know, on any given night, I've got 30 to 50 people and being in that environment, I've got people telling me, one of our girls, Jazz, she's a brown belt, awesome jiu-jitsu girl. Last night, she's like, Kobe, you look like shit. She was like, you really do. Like, you look like crap today. And I was like, thanks, Jazz. I appreciate it. And so today I came in and I was like, all right, I need to come in with positive energy. I need to come in. I need to look good. And I came in and I rolled with her. One of my freshmen, she was like, you look better today. Good job. And so those people, they weren't there for that Luis Pena fight. I got a gym slam full of them now telling me, hey, good job. Also telling me, hey, man, you look like crap today. Like, we need to pick it up. So having, like you said, the word you use is, that infrastructure, having that gym and the people, that's what makes great fighters, right? Guys that are in the UFC that are doing so well and have fought for a long time, Cowboy is one of my favorites, Donald Cerrone. He trains at his farm. He's got like 50 dudes out there. They live out there with him.
They live out there, yep.
Well, it's not necessarily where you're training; it's the environment around you. Like, he's got people all the time. He literally has a full, huge, probably a $500,000 facility, and he's got dudes slam full in there, right?
Yeah, and it's only $500 to do so. If you really want to go out there, you just drop that man $500, and he'll let you live on the farm or the ranch and train with him.
Like, he's got plenty of money. He fights so often in the UFC. He is well taken care of. He's the man. Cowboy's the man. I chatted with him some at a fight in Orlando that I cornered down there. Super cool guy. He looks much larger on television than he is in person, which is really weird. But super cool guy. I like him a lot. But he's a guy that it's not necessarily about where you're training. It's that infrastructure. It's what's around you. But it's even better when you have a great gym like I have now. With a high level, like highest level black belt that was extremely successful in MMA, right there, right in front of me every day, telling me what to do, telling me, where to go, how to train, what to train, everything. So I think that makes the biggest difference. This fight it's not just me. It's a room slam full of animals, and they're all supporting. They've all got my back. We got another guy fighting on the card too, Cam Reynolds. He's actually an Army Ranger. He's in the same boat. He's got a room full of killers, pushing him to his limits, telling him he's doing a good job, telling him when he sucks. And you guys are going to figure it out March 5th. You'll understand.
All right. This has been good. We do appreciate it. You coming take time out of your busy schedule. Oh, my bad. You got something?
I got something, man. Come on, slow down, Sam.
Go.
I know my man said he's ready to get going though. Well, you spoke as we started, and you talked about you gave props to your wife over there from the support. You talked about your daughter and how old she is, and I'll tell people all the time, as the father of a daughter, she's my only child. I tell people, if you have a little girl as a man, it'll change your life. Like the minute you see her born, it just changes your outlook on things. So I want to read something to you, and then I got a question for you about it. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
This may sound familiar to you, though. It says, March 5th, I will step into the cage yet again. My opponent will look at me and see nothing. He will see no fear, no doubt, no hate, nothing. He will look into my eyes and see a fearless, soulless, heartless monster. I have nothing to fear inside of me. Nothing ever comes up from my inner depths. Nothing there is shrouded in mystery. Therefore, I do not fear the things that will frighten him. The incoherent, the unknown, the mysterious, the doubt, the what ifs will be overwhelming. Such things do not exist for me.
Right.
You recently posted that.
Yep, I believe
with a picture of you. It was a great picture, by the way. And I'm curious how you take this mentality from being like, because probably just before you sat down to type this on social media, you were watching Backyardigans and playing pretty tea set or something, tea party with your daughter, and then you go to this. How do you go from one to the other? How do you balance?
It's two lives, man, right? Being a husband and a father and taking care of my little girl, like that's one life. Fighting is a whole different life. Fighting is different. Like just like in the military, like it's a different life. Like, yeah, you can be married and have kids and all that kind of stuff, but like in the military, if you're overseas and the like battle, I've never been in the military, but like the battle's happening, you're getting shot at. Like, I'm not little sweet, Dada with the T set. I'm not. My daughter calls me Kobe all the time, but I'm not. Blakely's Kobe.
Right.
And so in that world, in this fight world, that's who I am. Like after that last fight, like there's nothing left to like worry about. There's nothing left to like doubt. There's nothing left to be like, well, what if this happens? There's nothing like, if he does this, I'm just uncertain. There's none of that. Like I got beat by Luis. That that being undefeated as a professional, it's over. Like it don't matter anymore.
Right.
Like there's no doubts. There's no what ifs. Like for him, I can imagine there's a lot of what ifs. The biggest what if is, what if this guy's been absolutely killing it on the ground and I can't take his ass down? What if?
Mm-hmm.
Your ass is in trouble, Bo. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. There's a lot of doubts there. I know there's got to be a lot of doubts. For me, there are no doubts. I don't have anything to question. He's a one-trick pony. Everybody knows it. But he doesn't know what's going to happen over here. He doesn't know. Okay, he's seen my last fight. It was 4 years ago. Man, a lot of stuff can happen in 4 years. A lifetime of change can happen in 2 years, much less 4. I've been fighting over 15 years, man. I mean, it's been a long time. He's only been fighting since what? I think the last 4, since 2017, 2018. No offense to him. Like, I think he's a good kid. I like Jimmy. I've had some experiences with Jimmy. I've cornered with Jimmy. I like those guys. I think they're a phenomenal group of people. He's got some great fighters. He's Jimmy's, with Sarah McMahon, he brought her all the way up, and she competed in the UFC so many times. Like, they've got it together. I'm not, discrediting them in anything. But there's a lot that goes into an extra 5, 6, 7, 8 years of fighting. There's a lot of fight IQ that happens in those years. And he's a very young and up and coming fighter. He's just started his pro career. Yes, he's 4-0, but he's got a long way to come. And I have no doubts he'll be great. But March 5th, it's just a different guy that's going to be in there with him. He's not fighting.
This is your time. This is what you say. This is your time right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm bigger. I'm not even going to go into all that, but yeah, it's just different. It's really different. But the kid's good. I mean, he's not 4-0 for no reason. He wasn't 8-0 as an amateur for no reason. He's good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's a skill set there. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
It's not my first rodeo here, boys. I've had like 30-something fights. Like, I've been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun night. There's a lot of good fights that night. There's a lot of good kickboxing fights. I'm excited to see my teammate Cam fight. Really, really good kid. Love him to death. He's gonna go out there and put on a show. And then main event's coming, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna put on a show, but it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a tough fight, and we'll be ready. Don't you dare worry.
Okay. Sounds good. Definitely looking forward to that. Anybody you want to shout out real quick before as we bring this to a close here?
Yeah, I got a lot of people that have supported me for so many years in doing this, and then I've got a lot of people that are coming online here recently. There's two mainly 2, 3-ish guys in the where I used to live in Statesboro that have always supported me and always been there. Russ Cassidy, he owns Down to Earth Landscaping. Alex Mosley, he owns Twin City Precision Metals. Those guys have sponsored me, come to my fights, supported me, all of those words you want to use since the first one. Like, those guys have been on the road for years, driving to fights, going to fights. And even when I haven't fought, these guys are supporting Conflict. Russ was at the most recent fight, Conflict 49. He had a VIP table, brought a bunch of friends supporting the show. These guys have always been there for me. And so they're like family. I appreciate them. The other guy, he technically kind of is family, Bryant Shovelhood. He's got a Elite Mobile Detailing. He details and does like ceramic coating for like airplanes and boats, like wild stuff. I don't know, but he is married to kind of like my brother that's not my brother. His sister, Randy, Drew and Randy, we used to live together back in college. Drew's like my brother. He was in my wedding. I've loved him for a long time. He's my buddy, but obviously we're not real brothers. But anyway, Bryant's kind of family because of that. He's supporting us this fight. And then we got a lot of new people. There's Benji Lewis in Statesboro. He's got Jam and J Productions. He jumped on board this time to help us. Used to live in Statesboro, and I know him from there. Brandon Carter's got Pro Air. He jumped on board to help us this time. Really appreciate him. Connor Kirkman has a tattoo shop, Black Sparrow Tattoo in Somerville. He's going to be at the fights. Really appreciate the support. Cody Bessinger, Southern Pines Forestry Mulching, here in the Lexington, Columbia area. A good family friend of ours, good guy. He jumped on to help. Brand new one, become a friend, and also going to be at the show. Conaway Construction, Wesley Conaway. He's going to be at the fight, and I look forward to meeting him for the first time. Appreciate his support. And probably one that holds the most value to me, and it's not a monetary value, but Joel Sanders, Health Source Chiropractic. He, dude, without him, the show don't go on. He's able to keep my body right. I'm serious. Like, it was probably about 2 months ago. Like, I was just beat up. Like, training camp for me had really started getting really, really hard about 2.5 months ago. And so my body wasn't used to it. My body wasn't used to getting beat up, staying beat up. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was Friday, and I came in there, and he was like, "Man, like, you look like crap. What's going on?" I was just like, "I'm stiff here, and I just feel broke up." And he's like, "Man, come on." He went back there and just like did all the cracking, and man, felt like a noodle when I left there. It was great. I go see him every week, and he has really helped keep my body, sound. I've got some issues with my back, and he keeps everything in line, keeps it perfect. I've had no issues this training camp, just with him being able to just keep me healthy. And I think that's important. Once you get to a higher level, like, you just need that care. Another one that's not really an official sponsor, but I need to talk about them. Massage Mechanics here in Lexington. They're not an official sponsor, but I've gone to them pretty much weekly for the last 6 or 8 weeks, and just being able to get massages and be able to work on areas that hurt, shoulders and back. Dominique is who has been working with me. She does a lot of like sports type massages, so it's been really good. They've been helping keep my body together. Again, Joel Sanders, Health Source Chiropractic over in Casey, West Columbia. Without them, I would stay broke, I would stay beat up, and I wouldn't be able to be in the gym twice a day. So I got to say thanks to them and to everybody that's jumped on board. I got a lot of friends and family that's going to be at the fight. My dad's going to be there, my brother, his kids, all of my wife and her side of the family, my wife's sister, all of the kids, all of them. Maddox, my little home. Come here, get over here. Maddox, my little homeboy. Give it to him. Say what's up. He's gonna walk out with me. And, everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be a good time. It's a good comeback fight against a good opponent. That's one thing that I told Jared. I was like, I don't want to can. Like, I know I've been away for 4 years, and a lot of people would be like, just kind of get me an easy fight and get me going. And screw that, man. We ain't got time for all that nonsense. Like, give me somebody that's gonna come out there and challenge me, and it's gonna be tough. And I think that's what Joel is. He's a tough fight. He's challenging. He's got some great areas that are going to be challenging, but we're going to get it done.
All right, it's exciting. It's so exciting. I'm excited to go. I'm just because I'm gonna try to be there. I'm really excited. Like, I haven't been to a fight in a minute, so it would be awesome to see you in there again. Because I think the last time I saw you, you were what were you in the little small place in
was it Hardyville?
Right outside Savannah. Hardyville, yeah, it was Hardyville. That was the last time I saw you compete.
The last 2 times I fought at Hardyville. Hardyville was Paul Teague. I fought Paul Teague there, I think.
Yeah, that was a funny one, yeah.
And then when I had the absolute war with Bart Weeks, it was in Hardyville.
That's the one. That was
that was the one.
There was more cup shots in that fight than I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, that's the one. It seemed like
on both sides. I'm saying to you, to him, it's just like
I didn't kick him or hit him in the low boys. He got me like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and I really thought that fight was going to be called at some point, just due to damage, just due to like, oh man, come on, disqualification, something. It was just who knows, but that was a great fight.
That one was challenging, and big props to him and his coaches because game plan is everything, right? And when you get too far ahead thinking, oh, I know this is what's going to happen, you make mistakes.
Mhm.
That's where I fell. I fell into I know he's just going to stand and throw punches. That's where we'll be. And he completely changed the game. And he, the majority of the fight for him was with kicks. I was known to be the kicker, and I kicked little to none. He was definitely not a kicker, a big puncher, and he punched little to none and kicked most of the fight. And so when you get to a certain level, like that's how you have to think. And he did that, and he almost got away with the W. I was fortunate that he made a few key mistakes towards the end there, and I was able to capitalize on some mistakes he made on the ground. But yeah, that fight will go down in history. Like people still to this day talk about that fight. And it was like, I don't even know, 8 or 10 years ago.
I know that's like it's forever ago. It seems like but it's a great fight.
Great fight though. Yeah,
sure. That's why I love those the shows that Conflict put on, man, because it's like the matchups they're always pretty much even, or you always got a little one above. You know what I mean? There's never any too much. You know what I mean?
So, Jared doesn't do that crap. I mean, you're gonna have the occasional where you get a last minute back out, and it's like, hey,
you get
all
that
this time and energy's invested, and we just need to bring somebody in to save a fight. Like that's going to happen. That's the fight game. But for the most part, he wants to see two opponents that are evenly matched go out there and hammer down, And so, I've been with Conflict since the first fight. Conflict won fight night at the Point. The first fight that night was me. I fought Nicholas Vincioni that night. And ever since then, I don't know how many Conflict fights I've had. We could look through and see, but every Conflict fight I've had, I don't think there was one, but other than that one, it wasn't like a gimme. Like there was a challenge. I mean, I even fought guys one weight class up when I fought Caven Sunkins. I'd fought 2 weeks before Caven at 155. I made 155 to fight. Can't remember the kid's name. 2 weeks before, Jared's like, "Hey, you just won this fight. You're not suspended. You don't have a medical suspension. You want to fight in 2 more weeks?" And I was like, yeah, but I don't think I can get back to 155 again. Like I might can do like a 60 or a 70. He was like, what about Caven Sunkins at 170? And I was like, that's a challenge. He was like, you said you want the belt, and you need to challenge yourself. And I was like, give me half a day. And I looked at a fight that Caven had that I felt like some of his weaknesses were really brought out. And I was like, yeah, I'll fight him. And I tried to pick on those weaknesses, and we ended up, getting the win through what I felt like some of his weaknesses were. I love Caven. I've cornered him since then. Awesome human. That was a challenge. The very next fight was supposedly the unbeatable Lamar Brown.
Oh yeah.
Everybody said he's not beatable. He's trained.
I remember that fight too. I was there for that. Yeah.
He's not beatable. Jared Williams told me he's got the belt.
He picked that. Yeah.
Jared can go here right now and he'll tell the truth. Jared said, Kobe, he's got the belt, but he can't be beat. And I said, okay, we'll see. It was a challenge.
I did say though to Jared, I remember because I was cornering some people that fight, and I wore the GoPro for the first time doing that, and I did say like, if you ended up on the ground, and how active you are on your back, I could see finishing that fight. You know what I mean? I did say that, and so
for him, we didn't really want to stand and trade a lot. And when he came in, he pressed in hard one time, and I caught him with a check hook. And after that, he wanted to grapple, and he was much stronger than I was. But I knew if I got it to the ground and I was able to get on my back, that I had a lot of key plays that I was going to put out there. And so, I mean, I think I strung at least 3 or 4 submissions together. I think it started with a guillotine, then it went to a belly down arm bar. I don't remember after that, but then he made a huge mistake and went under the leg, and it was like the triangle was glaring. And so, I mean, I just wrapped it up, took my hook, and then after that, it was over. And I remember when I got up, I kind of glanced past Jared, and he was just like,
he was
speechless. And then after that, we went on a tear to defend the belt. We fought some really good guys. And then after that, it was like, hey, let's go pro. So I went pro, and my first pro fight, I don't remember who I was matched up against, but it was like literally like 3 days out. 3 days out, Jared's like, hey, dude, fight's not going to happen. I don't remember what happened. I just remember being mad about it. He was like, we can find a fight. He was like, but it's not going to be great. And I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't care. I was like, we put in all this time and energy to turn pro, and now we can't fight in 3 days. And Jared was like, I can find somebody for you to fight, but it's not going to be pretty. And I don't remember the kid's name, but he brought him in from somewhere out in the Midwest, and the kid literally said, I'm only here to keep the fight. I'm only here to keep the fight. He's like, you might get knocked out in 10 seconds. I might get knocked out in 10 seconds. Whatever. Let's do it. He was a little heavier guy, and it is what it is. But ever since then, there have been some challenging fights. I fought for Valor a few times. They're challenging fights. And this is another challenging fight. This is not a given.
No.
Right.
And I welcome it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good.
Okay. All right.
Conflict
Thank
50.
you. The Conflict 50 main event. Kobe the Great Wall. We appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. It's been a blast. I look forward to seeing you guys 3 weeks from today. I would tell you, everybody else that's out there that's watching, to go get your tickets online, but probably too late for that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sold out. I will tell
But
you
they
this.
can still get the stream.
They can get the stream. I will post a stream soon. I got a lot of out-of-town people that's going to watch the stream. But if you don't have tickets and you can't get tickets online, there's quite a few people in Charleston that I know has tickets. Go see Jeff Grady. I know those guys have got, I think, at least 50 or so tickets at Charleston Muay Thai. I know they got a bunch of tickets. Jared said that they had. I know Mike Hazard is one. I think Mike's got quite a few tickets. Go reach out to Mike Hazard. He's fighting that night. I think he is the co-main event.
Yeah,
I believe he is now, yeah.
Mike, co-main event. Go see him for tickets. I know he's got some tickets in hand. I think Maliki, my old gym, Black Label, I think they've got quite a few tickets. I was told that they got tickets. Kevin and Charleston Pugh's got some tickets. Charleston Pugh's also on the card. Good friend of mine. Family friend and gym friend, used to train with him down at Black Label. Kevin Wynn's on the card. So those people have tickets that I've been told. Jared said they had tickets. So if you don't have tickets, find them on Facebook, figure it out, message me, whatever, because it's going to sell out. It'll probably end up selling out, I would say, by the end of next week. Online's already gone. So.
Yeah, online's already gone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
All right.
Get your tickets. Show up March 5th. If you can't be there March 5th, combatcast.tv/conflict. Watch the beat down.
Yeah, yes. All right.
That's
This
right. The comeback
podcast
of
has
Kobe
been
the
brought
Great
to you
Wall.
by, this podcast has been brought to you by Food Dog Media. Right? You can go to fooddogmedia.net and they will take care of all of your digital marketing services and needs. You got web design development. You can do any branding. They do logos. You can do anything like that, anything I care. You want to start your own OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? They can do that for you too as well. So yes, you can do that. Thanks everybody. Y'all have a nice day.